Hello and welcome. I'm Christine Schmitt. I'm the co-founder of innopitch. innopitch is a platform that enables startups to virtually pitch in front of corporates. And today we have a very special guest. It's one of our innopitch supporters. He has been with Meyer Sohn for more than 8 years. And he's the Group Chief Technology Officer of Meyer Sohn. A very warm welcome to Olaf Rathgeb.
Yeah, good morning, Christine. I'm very pleased to have this talk today with you. And yeah, thanks for the introduction. I'm the CTO here of Meyer Sohn, a medium-sized and family-owned business here in Germany. In the logistics industry, we are a freight forwarder, mainly focusing on sea freight and the on and pre-carriages to that. And yeah, I'm very happy to talk today with you.
Yeah, me too. I'm very happy too. Please, can you tell us something about your role and function at Meyer Sohn?
Sure. Yeah, as Chief Technology Officer, I'm of course responsible for all IT matters. So when it comes to IT operations, development tasks, and here at Meyer Sohn, we are organized in a way that I'm also responsible for the process management. We as a service provider, we depend on very efficient processes to serve our clients. And therefore we need to have our processes under control. So we do process analysis, process improvements, and we are implementing process changes into our systems, and that's part of my job description. And last but not least, I'm also responsible for our technology solutions we are providing to our clients. We have developed over the last years an internet-based platform which we call Cruise Control, where our clients have access to all their transactional data, and all the partners they are dealing with and we are dealing with have access to, and that's a major part of our solutions. And then of course we have bits and pieces here and there which we combine for each client as far as they need it.
Yeah, and concerning the solutions you just described, are you looking or scouting for startups in who
yes, we do.
could help you yes, with these technologies? And which kind of startups are you looking for right now?
Yes, we do. We have lots of experience in working with startups. We are also a shareholder of the NLA, the Next Logistics Accelerator here in Hamburg, and as such in close contact with a number of startups. And we have also successfully launched products based on startup solutions and startup ideas. And they are part of our platform actually. So whenever we see advantages, new ideas, a good way how we could extend our already existing platform with new functionalities and new solutions, then we do that. And I personally do like to interact with startups, to gain fresh ideas, and also to explain our business to them, and to jointly work together what we can do with, let's say, these two views on the business. I wouldn't say I'm let's say very limited to a specific type of startups. I think the basic concept is really to be open, to understand what the idea in general is of the startup, and then to think creatively how this can extend our workbench or extend our solution. And that's the aim. So of course, when, let's say, startups have solutions that can enable us to better get status information about current transactions from the logistics service providers, or which can extend our collaboration capabilities with different partners, then this is, of course, very interesting for us, but I wouldn't limit my interest to that.
When I understand it the right way, you are interested in some kind of supply chain visibility right now, and
right.
Yeah, connection between different service providers. And we know there is a first event of innopitch on May 14th on logistics and supply chain, and you will attend this event and will watch the startup pitches. Is there, if I understand the right way, there is not a special technology you're interested right now, right? You're open to everything.
That's correct. Mm-hmm. So the focus lies more on the, let's say, business ideas, and less on the, let's say, technology part. Of course, when it comes to implementation and integration, then technology is an important part. But generally spoken, let's say, the idea how services can be provided easier, or collaboration can be done easier. This is what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Let us have a look at the current situation. Do you have any idea how startups or corporates themselves could proactively, win customers despite the Corona crisis or remain competitive?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Corona crisis is definitely a challenge for everybody of us. And there are certain or different aspects I can say about that. So first of all, the impact of the Corona crisis is twofold. There is a disadvantage, which means the first weeks, every corporate had to adopt their own operation to the circumstances we are facing with Corona. In our example, we had 2 weeks where we were heavily involved in bringing our staff to their home offices and to get everything functional. In general, we were prepared for that, but in detail, a number of questions came up, from how to log in, from access to the clients and all this type of work. But this went pretty well. And for me, I wouldn't have been brave enough to do such a test upfront, but as we had to run through the Corona crisis, this was quite a good test for our infrastructure and for our business continuity program, and this worked out pretty well.
Yeah, and
saying that, the focus is a bit distracted from, let's say, the more strategic topics, the more how we can evolve our business, to the more operational part. So that's a disadvantage. On the other hand, people are getting more open to change the way how we are working. They are more accepting to rethink, let's say, limitations and restrictions they usually have. So that's let's say the good part.
Okay, so if I understand the right way, you used the time also to develop solutions for the time after Corona, to prepare startup corporations you could use after the crisis, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I guess that's the most important part. After, let's say, you have organized the most crucial things, that you immediately go on with our strategic programs, and that we are still working on that, because there are new options now, right? So partners, we see that partners who were very busy with other topics now have more time for innovation, interesting. So that's really an interesting effect, and you can really, let's say, get some more momentum on certain topics, and that's a good part.
Yeah, speaking of innovation, why are you participating in innopitch?
Yeah, the basic idea is to get more insights, to get fresh ideas. Also, yeah, by talking with the startups about their ideas and to understand how they think the industry can do better in future and can make progress. But also by understanding and also explaining some parts of the business to the startups, and then jointly, let's say, starting a learning process, you know, because the first ideas are not always, let's say, complete. Yeah, they might be, they might go into a good direction. Sometimes they are addressing obvious problems in the industry. So it's not always that, you know, there is this magic idea which is changing everything. That's not needed. But it's good that, that we are sharing ideas about those topics, and that we get new ideas how we can overcome those problems and get better solutions.
Yeah, says the CTO of Meyer Sohn, Olaf Rathgeb. Thank you very much for the interview, and thank you very much for being an innopitch supporter, and see you on May 14.